Hi, I'm Lynn Bridgeford from Bios, and today in our series on mental health and coaching, we're going to be talking about beliefs. So beliefs are things that we accept as being true, and perhaps even without evidence. So where beliefs are really important in our lives is how we believe about ourselves. So what is it you're believing about yourself? So there can be several ways of looking at this. One is that some of our beliefs might be out of date, and some is that they might be less healthy than they could be. Where do they come from? So often our beliefs come from our experiences, from our schooling, from our family, and it's things we've internalized from our experiences, and they may be out of date. For example, I am 13 was true at one stage and is perhaps no longer true. And if you lived at a previous address, that was then true and now is no longer true. So we need to change our ideas, our beliefs, and keep them updated for our good mental health. So what are you believing about yourself? The time that can be most challenging with beliefs is when we're having a tough time and we're doing a number on ourselves. We're doing really negative self-talk, which isn't helpful. And we need to turn that around and do positive self-talk. However, if we have an outdated belief, all the talk in the world may not be enough to turn that around. We need to look at our beliefs and find a way to change them to something more healthy, more realistic, more current and more positive. So when times are challenging and perhaps you may not feel you're performing at your best, for example, giving a presentation, what is it that you're believing about yourself? Are you believing that this is something you're really good at and can do? Do you have some belief that perhaps you're not confident, you're not competent? And is that something that is really true, or is it something from a previous experience? So if, for example, you're standing up to give a talk or a presentation and you may feel really confident and believe that you're good at this and believe that you're prepared and believe that you can tune in, connect with the audience and deliver the information that you want to. It may even just be in social conversation. With those positive beliefs about yourself, chances are it's going to go well, as long as they're founded on a knowledge that you have the abilities that you need to do this. If there are anxieties and fears and hesitations around something like speaking in public or speaking to people that you perhaps don't know so well, what are you believing about yourself in that moment? What self-talk are you doing? Is it helpful? Is it relevant? Is it real? Or is it out of date? Is it something that happened perhaps when you were a child at school that gave you the idea that you're not comfortable standing up, speaking in front of people? Perhaps you had an experience that left you feeling less positive about yourself and your abilities, and that is an old belief that has been carried into the present. So when we have these kind of beliefs, we'll often find the evidence to prove that they're true, even if they may be old and out of date. So there are amazing ways with NLP, that's neuro-linguistic programming, a way of working with the mind positively to change our thought patterns, change the things we believe about ourselves. And our unconscious mind and our conscious mind is very savvy. We can't pretend to ourselves that we are really good at something when we're not. Speaking in public is a topic that many people find challenging, even people who are really good at it. So it's very helpful if you can get some coaching, get some input as to what's going on, get someone to help you discover what is it that you're believing about yourself, what is it that may be a past belief that's still active that perhaps needs to be filed in a different way. We may have something in our current drawer and we need to put it in the past filing, in the past drawer, and come back to being in the present moment. And if we have insecurities about things that we want to do and feel that we're ill-equipped, then it's a good idea to find out how to get the skills, perhaps a public speaking course or something about the knowledge of the subject. There are so many ways to get help. So if you believe your skills aren't up to what you're doing, and that is true, then there's possibilities to get your skills up to date and change those beliefs and your potential and get more strengths to help you do the things that you want to do to feel good about yourself and to feel good about how you are in life. So it may be something as simple as just going through our daily life. We may find that we can have good thoughts, good beliefs about ourselves as long as things are going well. And the challenge is when something goes less well, can we keep that positive self-talk, those positive beliefs, or do we slide down into a negative pattern? This is also part of being resilient, that we can take a few knocks without it completely putting us on the floor. That a few knocks are just a knock and we bounce back up. That is part of resilience. It's really good to know our strengths and our weaknesses, to use our strengths and build on our weaknesses to make them less weak. Get the skills we need, get the help we need to understand ourselves, and have a look. What are you believing about yourself, about your abilities, about yourself in relation to other people, about yourself in your job, about yourself in your hobbies? Just watch what you're saying. Self-talk is a big clue to what you are believing. And sometimes we can believe one thing on one hand and another thing on another hand, and they're not quite in sync with each other, and somehow we need to bring them together to get a balanced belief that takes us forwards. So I invite you to take some time during a relaxed day and just notice as you go about your day, about your tasks, notice what you are thinking and what you are believing about yourself. And if you find that there's something that is out of date, get some help to bring it up to date. If there's something you're less comfortable with, again, get the help to change it. You have the power to change how you talk to yourself and how you believe. Thank you so much.